Vigits, yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? Hope y'all are doing well. Great game. What an awesome game. What an awesome game we got to see today. I don't think anyone could deny that this was a really good game on all levels. I think both parties should be happy with the type of football that we got, the kind of football that we had going on. 3-0, that's going to be hard for Bayern to come back from. Really, really difficult. But, I mean, anything could happen. And, if they do, it's going to be an even better match than the one we saw today. I do think that City didn't do anything exceptionally well for them to get those 2 goals. The third goal, yes, but at that point, Bayern were just done for. They were done. It was Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich just gave away these goals. Like, it was because of the errors that Bayern Munich made. And boy, did they make a lot of errors. They made a whole mess of errors, a buttload of errors, Bayern Munich. And the first one kind of showed that Gnabry not marking Rodri, or leaving his marker, I should say, because he was marking him and then he just walked away. And you see Musiala coming in to mark Rodri, kind of like saying, hey, man, like, the play's not done, because the play wasn't done. So I don't know why Gnabry was just walking away from Rodri, which left Rodri all by himself, and he pretty much just swatted away Musiala like a little fly, hooked it in, and I mean, that dope ass goal. That goal was fire. I mean, no kidding. That goal was amazing. What an awesome goal. When the way he cooked it, the way he cooked it. Yeah, the way he cooked it, the way he kicked it. You could tell his body language showing that he's not used to shooting that, and it was his weaker foot also. When I saw it, it was hard for me to make that distinction where like, yo, he's shooting it, because I'm used to seeing them play it all the way into the box. That's what Manchester City does. They play it all the way into the box. Rarely do you see them shooting from outside that way, unless it's De Bruyne and they're up by 3-0, but not when they're 0-0, 0-0. So it was really odd seeing him like shoot that way. But nevertheless, I thought that was an amazing goal by Rodri. The second one, Upamecano, I mean, let's not get started. Upamecano, Jesus, one of the many errors that he committed today. He gave that ball away. Grealish with a nice heel. I think it was a second heel, because there's one where he was healing back to Aki, and Sommer was able to block it. But this one to Haaland, and Haaland, the maturity with this guy. You could tell he's growing up. You could tell he's maturing. His football's maturing. Because I thought he was going to strike it like he normally does. What did he do? He looked up and he sees Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva with a header. Great goal. 2-0. 2 mistakes right there from Bayern Munich. The third one, like I said, yeah, that was all City. Up until that point, Bayern Munich for 70 minutes, because that's when things just turned on its head. For 70 minutes, Bayern Munich were doing an amazing job of just controlling that midfield. And that's the way, and pressuring also, not Bayern Munich, but that's the way. If you want to control City, it's taking over the midfield and not letting that midfield do what they do, because that's the way they score goals on you. Letting that midfield play and pass the ball around. I mean, they will drive you nuts if you let them play. And I think Bayern Munich did a great job at keeping that midfield and not letting City generate any gameplay. Yes, they didn't have as many clear chances as City did, because City had many more clear chances than Bayern did. But they were constantly attacking, constantly in possession. I mean, they outpossessed by City the first half. I thought they did a really good job, enough to take that 1-0 win back to Munich. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough with the mistakes that they made, like I just pointed out. Yeah, and as for City I think did a really good job in the back line. Akanji, Aki, Ruben Diaz, Rodrigo, of course. I think they all had, and Bernardo Silva, I think all man of the match. So really good from City in that aspect. Leroy Sané had a really good match as opposed to Coman. Coman, I was expecting him to be a little bit more offensive and to leave his mark and center and get into the box. But I think he had only like 2 dribbles throughout the game out of 7, 8 maybe. Akanji again did a really good job, but you could see there was always 2 guys marking Coman. But Leroy Sané with the shots, this kid was inspired. I don't know if he was instructed or just from the previous games, because I noticed the game before in Freiburg, he was shooting also. So a really good shot. The only time I think that he should have passed the ball, or he should have centered the ball, I should say, was one of the counters. And instead of passing it to Goretzka, which was by himself, and it was a tight angle, it would have made more sense giving it to Goretzka. He took the shot, which Emerson ended up blocking. The shot was, phenomenally taken. But, it was a lot better. It was a better option to give it to Goretzka. And taking advantage. Too bad none of these shots that he took didn't hit the floor. Like a little bounce before getting to Emerson, because the weather was perfect for that. It would have caused a lot more. It would have been a lot more complicated for Emerson to control the ball. Davies was another one also that didn't have those typical runs that we're used to seeing. So I understood the change for him, but that change should have been for Upamecano. I was so confused why Upamecano didn't get off the field. he's the one that should have gotten off the field. It was perplexing to me why he didn't leave. I think you did him a disservice by keeping him on the field, not just because of the effect that he had on the game, but also because just personally. I mean, if they end up losing over there, I don't know how wild or not the Munich fan base is, but I'd be worried. I'd be concerned, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bench him. Something tells me that they're not going to bench him, and if they end up selling him, in a couple of weeks or the next window, just way too many errors. I don't know what is going on. You got to rest him. You got to rest him. Just psychologically speaking, because it does affect you as a player, as a human being, and it could stay with you for long periods, and you're not able to shake off, and it could affect you. It could affect you for a long time. Maybe you even damage your whole career. So really feel for the guy, but in terms of this game, just strictly speaking for this game, he should have gone out. He really should have gone out. Way too many errors. Pavar was another one that was committing some errors, especially the one in tandem with Upamecano. And I actually thought Jan Sommer was going to be the weakest link there, because in the beginning he almost gave Haaland the opportunity to score. Haaland actually got his foot in the way. I think forgetting how quick Haaland can be. But yeah, he actually had a decent game. He made some key saves, but he was the one that I thought was going to make the mistakes. Because after the 1-0, since Bayern weren't finalizing on their end, it was just a matter of time till Manchester City punishes you, because they're unforgiving. When you make one mistake, just one mistake, Manchester City just does not forgive you. And this was a really fun game to watch. It should be interesting what happens in Munich. It's going to be really hard, like I said, to come back, but I'm still looking forward to that match, and I'm happy with what I saw today. Congrats to the Manchester City fans. Congrats to Manchester City in general. I think they had a good game. It was interesting just to see Bayern in City outpossessing Manchester City, doing a really good job. Tuchel, applause, did a really good job, I think. No mistakes there. The only thing, just those errors. You got to work on on not messing up like that. That was just too much of an advantage for Man City or any team, especially Man City. You just can't do that around Man City. But yeah, good on Man City for exploiting that, for making the best out of those errors and taking advantage. Yeah, that's all. I think that's it. That's all I think I have to say about that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.